Welcome in the ring, folks, to each and every one of you. Welcome. How you all doing, folks? Tis the season. We're actually going to loop that one more time just to tease y'all some more. Tis the season, folks. Happy to have each and every one of you guys here with us tonight, folks. Tis the season, and we hope that you guys are good and well. You had a fantastic day. You hit the ground running, folks. You're fired up. You're fired up, and you are ready to go. It's a long weekend. It's a long weekend. It's Pagua tomorrow. So they tell us. Are they right? Is it Pagua tomorrow, folks? Is it Pagua tomorrow? How are you folks doing? Do let us know. Happy Pagua. Is it Paguali? Yeah. Good to have you. Those were the days. Yeah. But education moving forward, though. Flap y'all. I'll fight for her any day. Fight for her any day. Folks, how y'all doing? Good to have each and every one of you folks on the live. Happy and privileged to have all of you here with us. Share the live. Smash that emoji button too, folks. We are happy, really happy that all of you folks are with us this evening. Tremendously happy that you folks are with us. Share the damn live. Smash that emoji button. Wilma Grant, Sandra Hanover, Yvonne Lamy. We're fighting for our women tonight, guys. We're fighting for them. Nobody come around, we funny. We're fighting for them. All of them win this Sony. Nobody win this Sony. Welcome in the ring, folks. Welcome. What y'all can tell me? What y'all can tell me? What y'all can tell me? The fight card, folks, it's set. The fight card is set. The itinerary, the agenda. Tis the season. I'm so happy. Y'all can't vex me tonight. Y'all can't style me because you can't style a stylist. Good to have all of you on the live tonight. Y'all know we know the whole thing. We know the whole thing top to bottom. Top to bottom. We know the whole thing. You see this lineup here? It got Jagdeo going in the washroom steady. Fecal matter. Left, right, and center. Fecal matter. Like you never see fecal matter flow before. You can imagine a man and even declare he running. And Jagdeo catching anti-banter. Man has not even declared he's running as yet. Full toilet episodes. Whole day. It's just good for them. Sleepless nights and sleepless days for them. Sleepless nights, folks. And sleepless days for them. Yeah. Top to bottom, folks. Top to bottom. Sleepless nights. They got one running the washroom every second. Y'all smash that emoji button for us. Please and thank you. Happy to have all of you on the live. Folks, a lot of things happening, you know. A lot of things. Y'all think it's easy? Y'all, look at catch myself. I wear this type of cut by night tonight. A nice burnt orange. It's red. Cut it by night, Frank. Rena Marks, Yolanda. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. I got Cuddy Badai. A lot of people watching us, you know. I'm going to show you just now. A lot of people watching us. Who vex? Who vex? Drink Marvex. Clean out yourself. How y'all doing, folks? It's Thursday. As our final program for the day. Tomorrow is Pagua. Tomorrow is Pagua. Happy Pagua, folks. Light over darkness. Diana and Anika, good to have all of you. Wanda, good to have you folks here. You know, one of the things I love about our Caribbean leaders, I find per capita, Caribbean leaders are bright. Carl Braffett, Andrew Griffith. Folks, Andrew has helped us out tremendously. You don't want to know how? I just tell you this, help us out, right? I have to explain myself. I tell you this, help us out, they help us out. Andrew and Doug and Dougie, thank you guys. They help us out. But that being said, one of the things I like listening to Caribbean leaders about, you must learn something. God damn it. You must learn something. And so every chance I get, I was with the National Assembly, sent me to Turks and Caicos the other day. You all know about that. Turks and Caicos is beautiful. My God. I want to stay a little bit. It is beautiful. Met some fantastic Caribbean leaders in the legislature, in the National Assembly, in the judiciary. Beautiful people, and it happens all the time. I went to Tobago a little while ago, met some fantastically beautiful people. Antigua, I went to St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm still a lot of traveling. I got catch up on my frequent flyers. Please and thank you. Lovely people. You see, when you come home, Jesus Lord. You see, once you come home, thank you for the person who made a contribution. B, I just seen B via YouTube. In real time, we can see it. You see, when you come home, folks, you can't learn nothing from these bites. All you can learn is lie. If you want to know how to lie, you watch Jagdeo then. You, unfortunately, Irfan is a Caribbean leader. You listen to Irfan. You're going to know how to lie. Jesus Lord. Jagdeo can lie. Can lie. The story is told. The story is told. A man died, went to heaven. And he saw this big clock. He saw this big clock. Some people got some watch big. I got a watch, a little biggish. People don't ask me what's the time. They say, what's the clock? It's so big, like a clock. He saw this big clock. And he was fascinated by it. He said, Lord, why you got this big clock here? He said, you see, every time somebody lie, the hand is moved, sir. Back. Every time somebody lie, the hand is moved. Each time they see hand move, say, what up? He said, that's Muhammad. He said, the hand move again, buttocks. He said, that's Nigel. Right? He watching the clocks, Then the man asked for Jagdeo clock. Debbie Hunkirk, Shalon, Leslie, Deborah. He said, with Jagdeo clock. He said the father got it in the office. Use it as a ceiling fan. The man can lie. The father got it in the office. Use it as a ceiling fan. The man can lie, Shalon. He can lie, Wilma, Tommy, Margaret, Leslyn, Stacey, and Obi. The man can lie. When you listen to them, that's the only thing you can learn. Now, case in point. Case in point. Money rolling tonight. I see C. All I think is initials. C made another contribution. Well, B, C, thank you all. Thank you, folks. So we had heaven. We had heavenly things. You know that we're dealing with this issue with the a lot of Caribbean leaders, thanks to Trump, speaking out about Cuba and possible sanctions if you associate with Cuba. Cuba is the new Mohammed. Cuba is the new Mohammed. If you associate with them, sanctions. The Americans, Trump, don't blame all Americans. Right? They've said to use the Cuban nurses and doctors is forced labor. It's trafficking. Prime Minister Rowley was the first person who stood up. He said, well, look, these people have been helping us. We pay them for the services. And if it means I don't have to go back to California, so be it. Recently as well, folks, I saw Mia stood up toe to toe with Rowley. Toe to toe with Rowley. Look, we broadcasted via credible sources for a reason, right? For a reason. Let me carry on to our sources. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, outgoing. He got another what? Today's the 13th. He got another 3 days on the clock. He said, if I never go back to California, flap y'all. Trump. Take a look.
We rely a lot for our health care delivery on certain specialists who over the decades we have obtained from India, from the Philippines, sometimes from Africa, and mainly from Cuba. Out of the blue now we are being called human traffickers because we hire technical people who we pay top dollar equal to local rates, but we are now being accused of taking part in the program where people are being exploited. That's somebody's interpretation. And of course, there are local people here encouraging them to take away our US visas. Today, I just came back from California. And if I never there again in my life, I will ensure that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago is known to its people and respected by all.
Yeah. California Kings. Respect and manners to Rihanna, California Kings. Y'all fast, man. 13 minutes in, 3,000 of y'all. You're desperate to church. Like, political fix. You know? I just realized I got a much bigger audience than Jagdeo. Then again, I got a lot of bigger than Jagdeo. But let me hold the focus. So that was Rowley. That's a Caribbean statesman. You heard that crispness in Rowley's voice, as though if the politics didn't work out, he had to fall back as a radio announcer. You heard that crispness. If I never go back to California, I vex. I never go back. I may stand up like a man and declare, flap you, Trump. Flap you. Flap you. Love it. Mia Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, BIM.
And to tell you that we could not get through the pandemic without the Cuban nurses and the Cuban doctors. I will also be the first to tell you that we paid them the same thing that we pay Bajans. And that the notion, as was peddled not just by this government in the US, but the previous government, that we were involved in human trafficking by engaging with the Cuban nurses was fully repudiated and rejected by us. Now, I don't believe that we have to shout across the seas, but I am prepared, like others in this region, that if we cannot reach a sensible agreement on this matter, then if the cost of it is the loss of my visa to the US, then so be it. But what matters to us is principles. And I have said over and over that principles only mean something when it is inconvenient to stand by it. Now, we don't have to shout, but we can be resolute. And I therefore look forward to standing with my CARICOM brothers. I wish I could say brothers and sisters, but brothers, to be able to ensure that we explain that what the Cubans have been able to do for us, far from approximating itself to human trafficking, has been to save lives and limbs and sight for many a Caribbean person.
Yeah. Whatever your personal feelings about Mia stand up. You know, I like the big voice. You know, whatever the change there. Love it. You know, makes the point even more personal. I love it. You know, this is one Caribbean. They're together. She said, I wish I could have, you know, say brothers and sisters in the Caribbean. You can still say it. It's Jagdeo we're talking about. You can still say it. But like I shame to come home now. you haven't lived overseas and your spouse isn't Guyanese, and like you're ashamed for bring them. You're ashamed to bring them to show you to show them where you're living, where is your dwelling place. Like I shame to come home now. Or are we going to be surprised? Some gusto. Like how Irvin is talking to the opposition. Take your visa, Trump. Huh? And like how Jagdeo is getting all diatribical. Move it. Hit him. Aubrey. You know the kind of way? Folks, I want y'all know, I just basing time, you know. I say shame to come home. You know? And show y'all our offerings to the Caribbean. It's something about learning the art of stringing words together. You see? We don't have to shout across the thing, you know. It's a matter of principle. It's not where you stand up when times are good. And you learn how to, you know, manipulate a subject and a verb and string a metaphor. And oh my God, you got some dangling modifiers in there and you could paint a picture using words. My God. As my English lecturer, big shout out to Valerie Gorasamy, ENG115, ENG125. If they change the course name, it's not my fault. Big shout out. My God. Ms. Gorasamy used to say, my God. Shout out to our fellow students who passed through those classes. It's basing time, you know. It's fluffing and bluffing. I say shame to come home now. Y'all tell me come home. If y'all tell me come home, I will come home. But I shame. You know? It's delaying. It's delaying tactics. You know? I say shame to come home. After you can't fall after me. Huh? You know? That's why I put Rowley first. That's why I put Rowley first. You can't fall after me. Huh? And now you got to come and show. I said the Caribbean people watch you, know. I shame. This is our offering. This is our offering. So Jagdeo was asked today in the corner shop show. Big head, bald head was asked today in the corner shop show. You know, are you going to stand with your Caribbean league? Oh, somebody take the mic. Is my wife telling you there? Take your phone from me. Wrong question they asked Jagdeo. They know these people got no spine. We don't know. These people don't have no spine. Right? Y'all take notes here. We can blow them away now. We can blow away Rowley. We can blow away Mia. Y'all take notes.
We rely a lot for...
See? I'm so confused. It's based in time. Delaying tactics. Here it is.
I've seen some of the statements made around the Caribbean.
Policies.
We don't do diplomacy in the public. And I believe we have a strong engagement with the Trump administration and with the State Department that would allow this matter to be resolved to the satisfaction of all parties. So that is how we'll approach it.
I want y'all know me just get thrown under the bus. I want y'all know Rowley just get thrown under the bus. Yeah, but y'all scared. Giving up me passport. Y'all know it's glad for my visa. You know it's glad for get rid of these people here every now and again. And go see next time. Give up me. It's thrown under the bus. They get thrown under the bus, you know. Me said I'm proud to stand with my Caribbean brothers. Maybe she could say, sister. But you could say, your sister just talk. Don't have the spine. Don't have the backbone. Does not have the testicular fortitude. Like Mia. Them boys will throw you under the bus for their own personal gains. We don't do diplomacy in the open. So you're a private dancer. You're a private dancer. You hang on tables and so on in the back room with the dark lights. We don't. He think he sounds so intelligent. He think he sounds so intelligent. We don't do diplomacy in broad daylight. What kind of thief is this? What kind of scam diplomacy? What kind of scam diplomacy is this? We don't do diplomacy. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. Like I show you this thing now. That's what it means. Are you willing? That is what the report. We should look at that piece with the reporter. Are you willing to stand with your Caribbean counterpart?
I've seen some of the statements made around the Caribbean.
Policies.
We don't do diplomacy in the public. And I believe we have a strong engagement with the Trump administration and with the State Department that would allow this matter to be resolved to the satisfaction of all parties. So that is how we'll approach it.
Like what the hell? That's like a statement I read today. You know, it was total confunction nonsense. Like what? What? All right. My lord, the man can lie. He has no intentions of surrendering his visa. No. They like nice them too much. And see them two children? Them two children got to go see foreign. They can't go by themselves. The two children got the two bar children. They got to go and see foreign. They cannot do it by themselves. Folks, God damn it, they can't do it by themselves. They make themselves. They gotta go with daddy to the US of A. To the US of A. Jagdeo can lie. Jagdeo is a lie, man. He orchestrated the whole thing, top to bottom. He orchestrated the whole thing, top to bottom. Top to bottom. He orchestrated. And then he sent Irfan. He said, Irfan, the police and so on, they have not been, Caesar, whoever defended him, they have not been proving useful. They have not been proving useful. So you got to go. You got to go this week, Irfan. So Irfan got up to the States and he doing wickedness. He doing nastiness. And most of you know by now, social media influencer, activists, defender of women, courageous anti-corruption campaigner, Melissa Atwell, Melly Mel. She was taken into custody today on the lies. Thanks, Irfan. On the lies of the PPP. On the lies of the PPP. Why they don't want scrutiny? What they got to hide? Huh? Well, they don't practice public governance. Just like how they don't practice diplomacy in the open, in broad daylight, outside. It's the same thing with the governance. He is the chief cook and bottle washer. Him saying he has no knowledge. He has not been briefed. Lie! Certain things, as I was coming in to the press conference, I was told. And then other things, I don't know. Who at well? He is the chief cook, intellectual author of the lies. But lies don't prevail forever. How we know what we know, thanks to Melissa Atwell. Mind you, as a matter of full disclosure, right, Melissa and I were at university together. University together, not a flat. You see, that's very ruckus. Ruction. Like that, I know from my campus days. I wonder if I can point to anybody and say, this is for Squaddy Hay. From when I used to go to university at IFLAT. I wonder if you could point to anybody. So we are standing in solidarity with our sister. Not with the lies of the PPP. The man say he know nothing but it. He said he don't know nothing but it. He never went, he never see, he don't know. That sounds like the governance of this whole country. They never went, they never see, and they do not know. That's what he said. Melissa? Melissa who? See, I got a very faint recollection of a Melissa. And you can always tell when he's like, you got these pauses. You see, he got to make up the thing as he go along. Right? You ask him about some other things, fluid. Right? Fluid. And then when you got to make up the thing now, you got to stitch the lines together. You get these long pauses. You got to watch them. You got to watch them. But folks, I tell you this. Being taken into custody, as I have, because of the vindictive nature of this government that we have, this is nothing to be ashamed about. This is how we earn our political stripes. This is how you move from a private. You come up the rank. It is a rite of passage as a politician. It is a rite of passage as an activist to be jailed, to be incarcerated, to be detained, to be in custody, to be taken into custody for what you believe in. There is no higher honor. There is no higher honor. The man say, here, no. Listen to lies. The man can lie. Listen to lies.
In terms of Melissa Atwell, I don't know if any government agency has been notified. It wouldn't come to me. If that has happened, it will go to the law enforcement agencies. So I saw the story today as I was coming here, and I don't know if it is true, because so many times you've heard a lot of rumors about this, and that somehow, the PVP is to be blamed for this. So we have been made it known where we stand on this matter, but we don't every day obsess over Ms. Atwell. We don't obsess over Ms. Atwell. You're a social media commentator. There are many others far more extreme than her, like a Rick Ford work. And we don't obsess about them. They have not made an iota of difference. And the fact is that people are moving away from this form of extremism. So I don't know whether the law enforcement agencies arrested her. I don't know what her position in the U.S. is, if she is a permanent resident or a citizen. I don't think she is a citizen, but I don't know. I don't really, at this stage, it doesn't make one difference to me, one way or another, whether she's over there or over here. And she's Guyanese too. If she has to come back, we welcome her back.
Yeah. You welcome her back so you can finish where you started. Like how you all welcome back Kwame Wing and so on. Huh? Like how you all welcome back a lot of people in this country. Ronald Waddle and so on. You welcome her back like that. Don't think we know the whole thing. Top to bottom. I don't know. Is there a trouble in the chair? Making up the lie. Looking for the answers in the ceiling. That won't come to me. He know everything about the Bahamas. He know about the taxes. He know what after breakfast. He know what to put on in the toilet. He know everything. At well, CID, that one thing, Kanu, that one chief cook and bottle washer. These are the folks, brothers and sisters. They don't only kill you. First thing, when they pat you on your back, is the soft spot. James, take note. Is the soft spot they're feeling for. And brother man, take note. Is the soft spot they're feeling for. Right? If they could try to disown the Mohammeds, who else Who else? Once they keep power, any means necessary. Who else? And they would kill you. Cry at your funeral. And you know the other piece. Beth, kill you, cry at your funeral, and fight. Fight your family. To read the eulogy. Fight. Fight. Fight them. They could lie. Ceiling fan Jagdeo. He could lie. God damn it. Somebody say ring the bell. You got to tell me twice. I understand the assignment. I understand the damn assignment. The man could lie. That's what I want you to know. He could lie. But we stand with our sister. We stand with our sister. We stand with her. Right? You know the next thing he know nothing about? Pim. The next thing he know nothing about, I know nothing about. This don't come to me. This don't come to me. I wouldn't know this at this stage. I wasn't briefed. I wasn't told. Right? He know everything. He know the color of our student poop. He knew he had for breakfast. He know he's putting the hair. Right? He know the fragrance the man is wearing. He know the tail that the man is used. And he just got to show you the car that he passed. Top to bottom. He know everything. But he know, all at the same time, he's a contradiction. The man could lie. He could lie. And so here's where we are. In this press conference today, the corner shop show, it was like nothing new. It was like nothing new. Everything he talked last week, he come back and talk over. I couldn't go and sit down and listen to him, you know. I said, pick up the pastry. Pick it up. Come on. Turpentine in his skin. He talk about gold smuggling. He talk about fancy car. Who OGRA? Somebody's wife. Somebody's sister. You know, Lamborghini. False deck. A set of things. The man don't know. And he said, I don't know that Nigel went and see him. He said, don't know. He said, don't know. And you see the statement? You see the statement that I'm going to read here? I don't know about it. The man, Jagdeo could lie. He said, I don't know nothing but it. This same statement I'm about to read to you here. Jagdeo said, I don't know nothing but this statement. I'm going to read it. But I know nothing about it. He said it was an extraordinary meeting, but I know about it really and truly because I wasn't there. But it was an extraordinarily unbelievable meeting. This fella could life is so. My God. Here life.
Nigel Hughes yesterday met with the Mohammeds. And had it not been in the public domain, exposed in the public domain, we would have known about it. We wouldn't have known about it, this secret meeting that they had. So, because it was exposed, Nigel Hughes issued a press release. And he said, the discussion included, he didn't say what else was discussed, addressing legal obstacles which the team was encountering in its philanthropic work. That is interesting. But what is even more interesting is what Nigel Hughes posted. He let the cat out of the bag, I think. The consultations were of a legal, professional nature. Mr. Trotman, General Secretary of the AFC, attended to provide professional political advice to Mr. Hughes on the possible political implications of his possible professional engagement with the Mohammeds. Now, clearly, Trotman doesn't attend anything in the country, but he took the time to be part of the meeting with Nigel Hughes and the Mohammeds. because he had to advise on the politics. Now, this was a professional encounter. Nigel, you said it, a professional encounter. Why do you need a political advisor there to discuss a matter where a company is seeking professional advice? They think people are stupid. That's what. They have such a low opinion of us. Extraordinarily unbelievable.
He could lie. He could lie. I can listen to Jagdeo lie for hours. Lying gone to art form. Dan Gladstone come to the front of the class. Dan see worried. Diane in her own deliberate judgment say he's worried. And it's showing. It's showing. He says he's not worried, but it's showing. Y'all remember this in Essequibo?
Just to remind you, all of you people, that Mr. Mohammed has been sanctioned by the U.S. You have to be extremely careful of what our connection is. Yes, I know you are very thankful to the President and the Vice President of this country for the tremendous support they have been giving to you, the people of this region and Guyana as a whole. Yes, all of you, we know you are behind the PPP. Yes. One Guyana PPP. All the way. All the way. Development will continue.
Dan Gladstone, indeed, he is worried. And that is why he called Nazar Shel Mohammed, Asruddin's father. That is why he called them. Asruddin told us himself also. In Essequibo.
They want to victimize me because I'm just listening to the people. This is the problem, just listening to the people. That is the problem, nothing else. Same sanction man they calling. The same one that's sitting in a press conference for 2-3 hours and call my father. What really going on? Let us stop posting, let's stop meeting with people. Serious. Yeah. The same sanction man they calling. Begging that I mustn't meet people. But this is a pillar of my religion to assist persons. And we have been doing this for the past 40 years, my father doing this. He mentioned $300 million we help. You could take out $300 million and help people. We help in the excess of billions of dollars amongst tens of thousands of Guyanese. So there's not something we're doing for the past 2 years or 3 years. We have been doing this for 40 years now. And not everything you see post there, not everything you see if we post, today we make a post, we hand over a house. We make hand over 20 houses without even posting it. Yes. Every day I help persons, every single day. Why now? Why now with the taxes? Yeah. The vehicles went through GRA process. We pay the taxes, they release it, they register it. It's driving 4 years something now. Why now?
Therefore influence people.
Why now? Why now, Ballhead? Current shop show. Why now? Because he's worried. He is mortally afraid. He's semi-worried. We got this thing locked down. I don't roll like that. That's what the bank said today. The bank could lie. Y'all know he worried. I know he worried. You know he worried. We all know he worried. But the man, folks, the man Jagdeo could lie. She never can. First thing, as we then tell you, don't call you full mouth. As. That's for your wife. You're very close friends. As. Don't call me full mouth. Could lie. Take a listen.
We've looked at the activities in the course of the week. So I saw a credible source said that, and not that that's a credible source, that's Sherrod Duncan, I think. I think Sheriff Duncan might be a credible source. I don't know who he is, but he said that the Mohammed to a growing crowd in Essequibo Coast community, where he claimed that Vice President Barry Jagdeo personally contacted his father, urging that his team stop meeting with residents and posted about their activities. It's a blatant lie. It's a blatant lie. Why would I be concerned about his activities? He's not going to make an iota of difference to the PPP supporters. We'd win the elections, and I'll tell you about that just now. He poses no threat to the People's Progressive Party, absolutely none. And so you think people are seduced by just putting pictures up together? Anyhow, I'll deal with that in a moment. So this is a blatant lie. It's a blatant lie. That's not the way I roll. I would not call his father and beg for anything. In fact, I said right here, he could post whatever he wishes. I defended his right to go around the country. So the father, on the other hand, in the interview with Mosley, said we sent emissary. We didn't go that directly. So contradiction, some emissary. Well, I don't know about emissary. I never asked any emissary to go to his father about anything. Never did. And if the emissary went, maybe they did a hustle on him, because people could say, I'm going from this man, I'm coming from Jagdeo or your finale or something. It might be a hustle. People know that you can get money for free, so they go and pull a little hustle on them. And I don't begrudge the people, but never an emissary to them.
He called them and he sent emissaries. He lied, folks. The man can lie. Skilling fan, big head, ball head. He can lie. He called them himself. He said, tell us. Stop. He hurting us. Tell him stop. Tell him to stop. He can lie. You know, next thing to lie about? The black box. 5 of our servicemen died in a helicopter crash 2 years later. We don't know when the black box. 6 shot up by, allegedly, sindicatos. And then he says today, right, the meeting between Ali, this proposed meeting by Maduro, between Ali and Maduro, has not been confirmed. They got away with it in the national interest. Ali know you want to go. Ali know he want to go. He want to carry the gifts. He want to carry the little brown rum and the cake and the gold and so on. Ali know you want to go. Just go, man. Just go, Ali. Just go. But be cautious. But be cautious. Please and thank you. Folks, today, on the sidelines of an event that was happening at the the Orchard National Conference Center, I sat down early on this evening with Her Excellency, the Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs, Manzo Walton, and I asked her about a couple of these same things. This incursion, this proposed meeting, and the passports. The passports with the one Guyana thing in it. That is really past me, you know. But Jack don't know, but none of. Remember, he don't know. He just like to meddle in everything. But he really know, man can lie. The Shadow Minister, Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister and I, early on today.
Post-Republic anniversary, there was an incursion by the Venezuelans in our territorial waters. You met with the leader of the opposition, part of his team, who met with the head of state, Philanthropy, and his team. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, yes. I think the continued aggression of Venezuela against Guyana, it's becoming increasingly more egregious as the days go by. I was happy to be a part of the team led by opposition leader Norton, and the president was he briefed us on the developments. And so I appreciate, as it were, the effort at including us in those briefings. I think more has to be done, however. Those of you who follow any of my releases, etc., would know that I've been very vocal about the Foreign Relations Sectoral Committee meeting, because I think that forum is very important for the continued bilateral engagement at the legislative level. I think it's extremely important that Guyanese people are able to see us continuously working together on this, and not just in fits and starts when there's an issue we're called in. But I think that Foreign Relations Sectoral Committee has a lot to offer. I think we could begin crafting out the parameters of a migration policy, representation to the National Assembly, representation to the government. We have that capacity and scope. So I need to see that committee working more in the interests of the people of Guyana, particularly because of the time that we're in. I think the support of the international community continues to mean a lot in this. We are a small nation, a very small defense force, and so diplomacy has always been the chief weapon, I think, in our arsenal. We have, in the opposition, made recommendations that we need to intensify our international public relations on this. We need to get there. So many, there are a number of very qualified and competent diplomats that we have in retirement, that we need to literally bring these people out of retirement and send them to the capitals of CARICOM, of major states, to make Guyana's case and to keep Guyana's, the justness and the rightness of our case always on the forefront. You know, we look around the world and we're seeing everything that was once sacrosanct is now, you know, is now very temporal, and so we have to be more proactive in how we defend our territorial integrity and our sovereignty. So a lot more has to be done. I would like to see envoys posted to every CARICOM capital, making the case. We need to continue to make our case here in South America and work the concentric circles and make sure that we are always our voices, which is the loudest thing that we have. The government needs to spend money on amplifying the voices of Guyanese, rejecting that spurious Venezuelan play, and letting the world know of the justice and the rightness of our case.
Yeah. You talked about the Foreign Relations Committee of the National Assembly. I think it's Schedule Move is reporting today that that committee should be meeting shortly and changing the chairmanship. One, and two, quite recently I saw Secretary Albert say Amanzo was right in terms of your call for migration policy.
Well, look, I hope that the Foreign Relations Sectoral Committee meetings are convened sooner rather than later, for the reasons that I've stated before. We have to understand, and when it comes to the defense of this nation, we have to eschew partisanship. We have to develop a more mature approach to dealing with the defense of our country. And I think this is where very often the government has to be careful that it doesn't miss the mark. Internal unity is the key to defending our sovereignty and territorial integrity. Every Guyanese man, woman, and child must feel that they have something to defend, that they have something that they can be proud of, and it's something that they would defend. And so to the degree that this government marginalizes and they persecute and they engage in a lot of the pettiness that we're seeing them engaging in right now, in terms of trying to quell dissenting voices, etc., they're undermining, I think, the nationalistic spirit that is required to confront this threat. And so Irfan Ali has to be very clear in his own mind that we are in a very serious time. And the acknowledgement of the serious time that we're in has to inform the way they govern for the few months that they have remaining.
Such a place. I see there's a call by the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro for a face-to-face meeting with Irfan Ali. We've seen this movie before. We had the Argyle meeting, we had the Argyle Declaration, which, among many things, called for a returning of the status quo and a maintaining of the status quo, and that is as a region of peace. And we've seen this interaction that we spoke of in early March. What are your thoughts on another face-to-face meeting?
Well, if I were Irfan Ali, I would proceed with caution. You know, the best indicator of future conduct is past behavior. The government went to Argyle. The Argyle Declaration is all but dead because Venezuela has done nothing but flouted every single agreement that they would have agreed on with Guyana. So there has been no indication of good faith on the part of Venezuela. So if I were Irfan Ali, I would proceed with caution as it relates to legitimizing Venezuela's conduct with another face-to-face meeting. We are at the court. We have since gone to the court for them to indicate provisional measures in view of this incursion, in view of their threat to hold elections for the Essequibo. And so I think now more than ever, we have to rely on the ICJ. We have to rely on very strong diplomacy, and we have to foster that spirit of national unity. You know, I keep saying that it was not by chance, Sheridan, when you and I went to primary school, every morning we had national songs, we had to sing at assembly, and on Friday afternoon we had general assembly, and a large part of that was talking to us about the borders of Guyana, fanning within us that flame of patriotism that says, you know, this land is my land, this land is your land, from the Luni to the Quarantine. That was a deliberate strategy to make sure that Guyanese at all times remember that this is our land to defend. And the PPP deliberately does that during their previous 23 years. And this is the consequence of that. So there's danger of our citizens becoming apathetic because they don't feel as if they have a real stake in the development of this nation. And so, you know, Irfan Ali and his government, they have to, for the time that they have remaining in office, they have to change course because we're living in an international climate where, Sharon, nothing is sure anymore. We've seen decades-old allies, and now, those alliances have crumbled within days and hours, and so the only thing that we as the people of Guyana will have to fortify is during this time is a collective will, a collective spirit, and just a determination that this is our land and we are going to defend it. And the government cannot be ignorant of the role it has to play in promoting that.
Talking about being ignorant, we see this new passport being issued, and in that passport is the One Guyana mantra, that political slogan. I think you wrote about this last evening. I saw it made the headline in lots of publications locally, that it not only has national implications, but there are international implications as well. Talk to us about that.
Yes, fortunately for my aviation background, when I saw it, I was like, okay, this could be problematic, even from a technical perspective. It points to the fact that there has to be a mechanism where these national sovereign documents are determined by a particular process. Irfan Ali and his crew just can't wake up and decide that this is what they're doing with our passport. And I have noticed with some degree of amusement that there are people who are trying to liken the painting of buildings in a particular color to putting a political slogan on a national sovereign document.
Yeah.
There is no comparison between the two. They're completely different, and so to make that comparison betrays either a lack of understanding of exactly what it is and how serious it is, or else it's an attitude of, well, we just don't care because we don't see what the big deal is, and that is not acceptable. We are living in a very tense time, And these are things that could further erode that same national unity spirit that I spoke about just now. Because here you have one man being a partisan political slogan, like I said, and it's emblazoned on a page in the passport. Completely unacceptable. It's a level of megalomania that cannot be allowed to fester. And if this government continues down this road, Guyanese people are going to become further discontented and dissatisfied. For many people, a line was crossed with the putting of that on the passport. And particularly because you are aware that as a government, there has been continuous objection to this attempt to replace the one people, one nation, one destiny. You know what's so funny? It was Brindley Ben Sr., a member of the PPP, one of the stalwarts of the PPP, that penned that motto, one people, one nation, one destiny. So to see this attempted erosion is something that the Guyanese have to resist. It's something that they have to speak up about, because Irfan Ali and his crew simply just cannot believe that they could just run roughshod over the Guyanese people and tell us what our new mantra ought to be. What does that mean? What does it mean? It means different things to different people. And you cannot have a unifying motto if it means different things to different people. One people is very clear. One nation is extremely clear. One destiny, very, very clear. And taken together, it says to us very clearly, we are one, we are inextricably bound up as a people in this nation, and however we do it in this nation, that is the destiny that we will have. And so it walks us through the evolution of our nation and the realization of all that we want to see for the country. You want to replace it with one guy and you just take one guy and you slap it there. What are we doing? So I think a line has been crossed, and certainly it's an abuse of state resources to spend money to just do that. It's not a manifesto, like I said, and I think the government has to recall those passports and issue passports with appropriate images. I'm learning as well that some of the photographs in there were taken from local artists, and they were not paid or given any acknowledgement, etc., nor did they give the rights to whoever designed the passport to use their photography. So it's just a complete disregard of Guyanese. It's a complete disregard of our creatives. It just has to stop now. It has to stop now.
Agreed. Manzo, you understand these issues? Talk about it.
Wow.
And I want to thank you for spending this time with us. I know you're very busy today. As I said, you're on the sidelines of this wonderful event here at the Trump Center. Thank you so much.
No worries. Anytime, Sharon. Always happy to sit and chat with you and your viewers and listeners.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for us at this end. That's our time, and that's our program. Thanks for staying in the overtime with us a little bit this evening. Irwin, Don, and Mark, and McGarrel, Seville, McGarrel, Sheila Boy Child. Thanks for being here with us, Cyclone Earl and Tommy, Iban. Thanks, Bantu King, and all the regulars, all our favorites. Thank you guys so much. The 4,500 of you who joined us on this Thursday night. Happy Pagua, folks. Happy Pagua. Play safe, be respectful of others, and remember the reason that we're having this holiday. We got to come together, many colors mixing and having fun. And folks, please, one people, one nation, one destiny, nothing else. Full stop. Stay safe, folks, and have a great rest of the evening. We're going to see you guys back on Monday. Stay safe. Joylyn, Ingrid, Mark, Godfrey, Maxine, Bushmaster, Jamal Aziz. Good to see you, Jamal and Wilma, and all the other folks. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, and stay safe.